Let's bring in now RNC Spokesperson Elizabeth Pipko. Elizabeth, welcome to the show. Look, during Netanyahu's address, we saw dozens of Democrats. I've seen reports that it was 50, other reports say 80, but either way, a large number of Democrats actually walked out. I mean, this is meant to be a democracy. You don't have to like Netanyahu, you can hate him, but surely they should at least show the respect of listening to what he has to say.
I completely agree. I said it yesterday, actually, unless the reports have changed. According to Axios yesterday, nearly half of elected Democrats did not show up for the speech. Like you said, they should just hear him out and listen to what he has to say. This is the democratically elected leader of one of our strongest and closest allies. It's also the leader of a country currently fighting for its survival against a terrorist group that is, like he mentioned last night, not just Israel's enemy, but also our enemy here in the United States. Let's not forget, there are also American hostages still locked up right now, still being held by this group. And he is fighting, just like we would hopefully be fighting, to release those hostages, to bring them home, and to not show up to his speech. The sheer disrespect from him, and by the way, respect from him, but also from the vice president. Let's not forget, this is a man who showed up knowing that nearly half of Democrats weren't going to be there, but not assuming that the vice president of the United States would not even show up, the person who's now the presumptive nominee running for president here for the Democrat Party, to not show up when Israel is in this war, again, when Americans are still held hostage, I think was disgraceful. And you mentioned what was going on outside. That might have been even worse than the lack of support inside. These are far-left protesters burning the American flag as a leader of another country stands and applauds those that support and stand for our flag inside. So I think the contrast could not be more evident. And I truly am just saddened as a proud American for what I saw happening yesterday.
And you know what? It's not just that it was disrespectful to Netanyahu. He's a politician, he can take it. But Noa Argamani was there. She became one of the most famous hostages around the world when she was kidnapped on October 7, you know, the beautiful young girl on the back of a motorcycle, kidnapped by Hamas, rescued only recently in a risky and daring mission by Israel, which cost one Israeli soldier their life. She was rescued. She was there today watching Netanyahu's address. How would she have felt to arrive in the capital and see all these people saying Hamas is coming and supporting Hamas? The trauma, the heartlessness, it's just shocking. Now, I want to turn to your role as a spokesperson for the Republican Party. How do you think Donald Trump and your party, the Republicans, are going to have to shift their messaging now to take on Kamala Harris? And are you more worried about her winning than you were Joe Biden?
So it's a fair question. It's what a lot of people are discussing right now. And I think for us, the strategy remains the same. Look, we can't deny the fact that Kamala Harris was on this ticket, right, with Joe Biden. She was in this administration with Joe Biden the entire time. She owns the failures of this administration. She owns everything that the American people are feeling right now. And she owns the fact that we still don't know how Joe Biden is doing. We still don't know how long he has been in this decline. We still don't know what happened at that last debate. We don't know what people around him knew, including Kamala Harris, and she has to own all of that because the American people deserve some kind of answer. So I think for us, it's about just being transparent here, being honest. Everybody knows everything they need to know about Donald Trump and where he stands on every single issue. They've known for a while that he was going to be the nominee as well. And for us, it's about going against not the individual that is Kamala Harris, but the policies of this administration, the policies of the left, and the policies that the majority of Americans agree right now are just not working for them.
But what is the sense? Are you more worried about taking her on than Joe Biden?
We're certainly not more worried, but it's an interesting time in American politics, right? We don't even know yet if she is 100% going to be the candidate. We certainly don't know who her vice president is going to be. And I think 3 months out from an election to kind of know that this is what's happening, it's weird for us to know that that's where the American people are right now, not knowing what their choice is. It's weird for us not knowing who our competitors are. But again, we are a party right now going against another party, which we don't believe has the best interests of the American people in mind. That's all that we need to know. And what was on display yesterday, what you and I just talked about, is all the American people need to know. She was not there as American flags were being burned. And a speech of our ally who's fighting a war technically with the American people right now to release our own hostages was completely ignored by her. And that's all people need to know about this candidate and this ticket.
Yeah. All right. Elizabeth Pipko, thank you very much for your time.